Hello everyone, this is The Question, and this is my manga haul for the month of June. Lots of great pickups this month, lots of reprints that came in this month, and I picked up stuff from a bunch of different stores. If you watched my previous video, it was an unhauling. I unhauled over 100 volumes of manga that I wasn't interested in. I have already gotten rid of probably 2/3 of that, which is awesome. And that cleared off a bunch of shelf space, and this will fill it up. So let's get right into the haul video. Okay, so first off, I got a stack of stuff that I purchased from people on Twitter. Don't do a lot of purchases off Twitter, but it just so happened that two of the people I followed were selling stuff, and I went ahead and grabbed some things. So first off, we have, if you guys have heard of the Manga Tuber Weabra, I purchased a couple volumes from them. They haven't been making videos in a while. They've become way too cool for us. But they were selling a couple things on their Twitter page, so I went ahead and picked up Beautiful People. This is a short story collection by Mitsukazu Mihara, who I've been slowly grabbing some of that creator's works, and this was one that I had wanted. And then I also picked up Phantom Thief Gene Volume 2. I've been slowly picking up stuff from this creator, and this is a volume that I didn't have, old Shoujo Beat. And it is an ex-library copy, but it is in pretty good shape, so that's why I went ahead and grabbed both of those volumes. And then from another person on Twitter, I purchased all of Love Me, Love Me Not, another Shoujo Beat title, so I bought all 12 volumes of this series. This is one that I don't know too much about, but it was one that I've been interested in, and I couldn't pass it up for the price, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and they're all in very good condition, almost look pretty much mint. Really nice covers here. If you've read this series, please let me know what your thoughts on it are. Volume 9, Volume 10, Volume 11, and then the final volume, Volume 12. So that was everything I purchased from Twitter. Next up, I have a small stack of stuff I picked up from local used bookstores. And so first off, we have a series I had never heard of, and that is I Am Here, and it is in these kind of all-in-one omnibus volumes. So there's this volume here, and then this volume here collects the rest of it, so it's complete in these two volumes. Like I said, I really like kind of these all-in-one where they're all done in one or two volumes, and like I said, haven't heard of it, but just looked interesting, so decided to grab it. Next, we have a series that I have heard of, but for some reason I just never picked up, and that is Daily Report About My Witch Senpai. I went ahead and picked up volume 1 of this. I think what I looked like, it's up to maybe volume 3 has been released in English, but this is volume 1. And then lastly, I picked up the first 4 volumes of My Clueless First Friend. This is one that was on my radar, but I just never pre-ordered it. And yeah, I picked these up for more than half off, and really nice 2-in-1 omnibuses by Square Enix. So there's volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4. So that was everything I picked up from used stores. Next up, we have an order I placed from Mercari Manga. Really great small manga store to purchase manga from online if you're looking for a new place to purchase stuff from now that there's no more Right Stuff. If you are not happy with Crunchyroll or you're looking to support a small business, definitely check them out. And this whole order is nothing but reprints of Delicious in Dungeon. I had found volumes 1, 3, and 13 at Barnes & Noble, and I was waiting on reprints for the rest of the series, and they all came in at once from Mercari Manga. So here we have volume 2, volume 4, and so these are all the newer reprints. Volume 5. This is a series that I had on my radar, just, it wasn't until like I saw that it was ending at 14 that I was like, oh yeah, I should definitely start reading this series, and that was as good a time as any. And with these reprints happening, that made it really easy to be able to collect them. So now I have 1 through 13, and I'm just waiting on volume 14. So a really great cover here. Volume 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I would have had another Merry Manga order come in for June, but there was a one of my pre-ordered volumes got delayed, so it was holding up kind of the rest of my June Merry Manga pre-orders, so that'll be coming sometime in the month of July. And that was it from Merry Manga. Next up, I have a stack of stuff that I picked up from Alibris. Alibris is another online store to pick up manga books for really good prices. Almost at least a couple times a month, they're having some sort of coupon code where it's like $3 off 25, 5 off 50, something, and it goes up and up. So the more money you spend, the higher the discount is, and they're already at a really good price. So they were having a sale, I used my code, and I just kind of grabbed a bunch of volumes that of releases that I just hadn't gotten the latest volume of, that I just hadn't ordered from Barnes & Noble or from Merry Manga. So we have Children of the Whales, volume 23. This is the final volume. I have no idea why, I must have just forgot to pre-order this, but so there is that volume. We have Correspondence from the End of the Universe, volume 4. Country Without Humans, volume 4. This is one that wraps up in volume 5, and I hadn't picked up volume 4 yet, so got that from Alibris. We have Doomsday with My Dog, volume 4. This is a really great series. I love the volume 1. I'm really looking forward to reading through the rest of this. We have Flying Witch, volume 12. A series I don't hear too many people talk about, and it's got really great covers. This is Hakumi and Makochi, volume 11, Tiny Little Life in the Woods. Really great back cover too. The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife, volume 3. If you haven't read this series, really great. They got a nice little aqua blue coloring added into the black and white that makes it very unique. And this is actually by the same creator of The Country Without Humans, so same creator. Next we have Kageki Shoujo, volume 10. I have all the other volumes, just hadn't picked up volume 10. Same thing here, Maruko-chan, volume 9. We have Monthly Girls, Nozaki-kun, volume 14. I still haven't read this series. I bought volumes 1 through 13 from someone on Reddit Swap maybe 2 years ago. I thought the series was completed, and then I just saw that a new volume came out, so I went ahead and grabbed that. We have a couple volumes of My Lovesick Life as a 90s Otaku. I enjoyed the first volume, and this is a short series. I think it ends in 4. So here's volume 2. And then here is volume 3. We have Spy Family 11 that I hadn't ordered. Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena, volume 5. I hadn't picked up a couple volumes of Yakuza Fiance, so here is volume 5. Really love the artwork. Volume 6, probably my favorite cover of any of them. And that was it from Alibris. Next up, we have a stack of stuff from Right Stuff. Yes, not Crunchyroll, actually Right Stuff. So I have a bunch of reprints, and then I have one old pre-order, which leaves me with only 5 pre-orders from the old Right Stuff days. So first, let's start with the reprints. They reprinted, or Viz reprinted, a bunch of the Ranma 1/2 2-in-1s, and when I had ordered these, they were like $9 a piece, and the retail on them now is $16.99, so that was a really good price. And they sent me 7/8, 29/30, 31/32, 33/34, 35/36, and the final volume 37/38. So now all I'm missing of this series is 9, 10, and 11, 12. Those are still waiting to be reprinted. I just happened to look on like Amazon to see how much those are selling for, and those are selling for like the lowest price I saw on those was like $150. So since they just reprinted a bunch of these, I'm going to assume they're going to reprint those other few volumes. I'm really looking forward to getting this whole series and being able to read it. We have one more reprint, and that is Real Volume 11. This is the final volume I needed to be reprinted, so I now have a complete set of Real, which is awesome. And then the one pre-order volume that came in was Osamu Tezuka's Shakespeare Manga Theater. This is one that's been delayed for a few months from Ablaze Manga. Really looking forward to checking this out. And so, yeah, like I said, that leaves me with 5 pre-orders that I still have from Right Stuff. And obviously they've been this long. It's mainly because these are volumes that get delayed a long time. So I have the 5 releases that I have pre-ordered that still haven't came out. We have Baby Bear's Bakery Volume 3. That is a Denpa release, like most Denpa releases. Every 3 months it's delayed another 3 months. So this probably 2025 will get this volume. We have Gambling Apocalypse Kaiji Volume 5, which is another Denpa release. That one's been getting delayed every few months. We have Rose of Versailles Episodes, which is, I think, a side story to the Rose of Versailles series. It is an udon, will be a hardcover. That one's been delayed a few times. We have The Solitary Gourmet, which is a Jiro Taniguchi book. That one's been delayed like 3 years now, and Panetmon hasn't released anything that I've seen in the last few years. So they were pushing out Jiro Taniguchi books. This, I think, is like the last one that they have listed. And like I said, it's been delayed 3 years now, and it just got delayed again. It was supposed to come out in June. So I don't know what's going on with Panetmon. If we ever see this book, I'm just gonna kind of, pretend it got canceled, and if it ever does come, I'll be excited. And then the last one is Yokai, the Art of Shigeru Mizuki. That is a Drawn and Quarterly release, and that one got delayed for, I think, almost a full year. I had it pre-ordered and it was supposed to come out last year, and then it got delayed till I think the very end of this year. So that is going to be an art book. Drawn and Quarterly does really nice releases. They've released most of Mizuki's work in English, and looking forward to getting that one. And that was everything from Right Stuff. Next up, I have a couple random volumes I picked up from eBay and Mercari. I can't remember which one is which. And I've had most of this series for a long time. I would just happen to be looking at my shelf, and I was like, I'm still missing 3 volumes of the series. It's been years. I really need to complete this series. So I went on eBay and Mercari, and 2 of the 3 volumes I was missing were available for a really cheap price. These had been quite a bit more, and so I got them for just a little bit over retail, so not too bad. And so we have, I think it's pronounced Eyes. So I got volume 11 of Eyes in really good condition. I think this one was actually shrink wrapped. And then I also got volume 15, which is the final volume. So now I'm just missing volume 9, and I actually already found someone that was selling that for a good price, and so I have that one coming for July. But yeah, so now I'll have this series completed and be able to finally read it. Okay, and my last stack here is all my Barnes & Noble pre-orders. I've mentioned this in previous haul videos. Every time Barnes & Noble has a pre-order code, where it's usually like 25% off of pre-orders, I usually go ahead and place pre-orders for the next few months. I do like the way Barnes & Noble handles pre-orders compared to most places, because they will send you each book individually, no matter, so you don't have to worry about ordering $100 worth of books and one volume getting delayed and holding up your whole order for months. Barnes & Noble just sends them all out as they come, which is great for, if you're really looking forward to reading a volume. So that is why I still use them. I am a rewards member, so you get a bunch of rewards points and $5 off coupons all the time. So whenever they have a pre-order code that's a decent amount, I go ahead and pre-order from them. But it has been a while since they've done one, so I think I only have about 10 more volumes even pre-ordered from Barnes & Noble, and those were all ones that were delayed. So my next few months of pre-orders are all from Merry Manga until I get another pre-order code from Barnes & Noble. Enough rambling. So we have The Country Without Humans Volume 5, like I mentioned before. This is the final volume, so I'll be able to read through this series. We have Even Though We're Adults Volume 8. a new series, and that is The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. I don't know too much about this one. This one was just a blind buy and synopsis buy. Let's flip through this. Really interesting artwork here. Looking forward to checking this one out. We have another volume 1, and that is Fool Night Volume 1. This is actually, I was actually planning on reading this today. And another new series. I've heard really great things about this one. We have a final volume, and that is I Wanna Be a Wall, Volume 3, the final volume from Yen Press of this LGBTQ series. We have Volume 9 of Kakurio Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. This is a very thin volume from Shoujo Beat, and looking forward to reading this series. We have Kowloon Generic Romance Volume 7. Last Game Volume 5. Another new series, another new Shoujo Beat series, and that is Let's Do It Already. This one, another one, just kind of blind buy, don't know too much about it. Looks interesting, I'll give the first volume a try. Lonely Castle in the Mirror, Volume 2. I still have not read Volume 1 of this one, so I probably won't pre-order anymore and just see if I actually like it before I go any farther on this series. We have a one-shot, Mermaid Prince by Kaoru Ozaki. She is the creator of The Golden Sheep and The God's Lie. Two books that I really enjoyed, and so yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. I don't know, I think there's like 3 mermaid related books in this stack, which is kind of interesting. So here we have Mermaid Prince. We have a fairly large hardcover. This is quite a bit larger than Volume 1. So we have My Name is Shingo by Kazuo Umez, Volume 2. Really great colors on this cover. I know people are kind of annoyed that the price of these, like the retail price of these is $35. Obviously don't pay $35 for it. I think this was like $23 for whatever my discount was that I got off it. So not a crazy price. And it is, like I said, quite a bit thicker than the other one. So maybe the first one was like 1.5 volumes and this one is 2 or 3 volumes. So that is that. We have a very bizarre cover, really interesting, Night of the Living Cat Volume 4. I've only read Volume 1 of the series. It was very funny, very entertaining. I kind of expected it just to be, you know, generic, but it was really interesting for Volume 1. Really looking forward to checking this all out when it's completed. We have another Drawn and Quarterly release. I always pick up the Drawn and Quarterly manga. Really great cover here. This is Secondhand Love. This is by the same creator as Talk to My Back, a release that came out last year that was really great. And this is another release by that same creator. Like I said, really great colors here on this cover and spine. Show you some inside, make sure I don't get anything too inappropriate. But yeah, anytime Drawn and Quarterly releases manga, I usually pick it up. I haven't been disappointed very often with them. Really nice release. Next up, we have Shonen Note Boy Soprano Volume 8, which is the final volume. Looking forward to reading this series. I posted on Twitter, I had actually pre-ordered a few volumes from Crunchyroll because I had a coupon, and Crunchyroll never got Volume 7 in. So it's still showing as pre-order, still not shipping, like when you go to the Volume 7. So I just went ahead and canceled it and ordered it from In Stock Trades, I think. So I have that volume coming. But I do have Volume 8, the final volume. Continuing on the mermaid theme, we have a new series, and that is A Center of the Deep Sea, Volume 1. This one is another one, looked like I would enjoy it. It's kind of dark here. We have Sketchy Volume 2. I really enjoyed Volume 1. Definitely going to continue going with this series. And here's the third of the Mermaid trilogy. This Monster Wants to Eat Me, Volume 1. This is the only one of these new releases that I've actually read, and it didn't really do too much for me. I probably will not continue with it. None of the characters really grabbed me, so I don't think I'm going to continue with it. If it gets like rave reviews, I might check out another volume and see if it hooks me, but at least in this first volume, I wasn't too interested in what was going on. And then my final pickup was What Did You Eat Yesterday, volume 21. Love Fumi Yoshinaga, will buy anything that she puts out. And that was it for the month of June. Okay, so that was it. That's everything I got in the month of June. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any thoughts about anything I picked up, any recommendations, please let me know in the comments. Love to hear from you all. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.